Hello, my name is Uni, and welcome back to the KingKraft server. And today we are over at the Ace of Aesthetics because about a month ago I had forgotten that we had participated and built this huge meteorite coming down from the sky. And the results were in back then, but I forgot to mention them. So the grand first prize winners of this round of Ace of Aesthetics were me and Skywatch. We both tied for first place, and this is Sky's over here, and this is the one that I think I loved the most. I'm pretty sure I also put it at first place because just the fact that he was grabbing the cow as we were building this one, and the cleverness of it all, the little grass blocks flying up with it. I love that. And then, of course, the actual build of the UFO itself is amazing, of course. And then second place here was Sin with his solar system, and then BK's was third place. His little box, his box has been infiltrated by something. I'm not quite sure what, but let's go ahead and hop in here again because I think there might be an issue. Is there anything in there? Oh yeah, there definitely is. Whoops. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem, but you know, BK put a lot of effort into this. He found some hearts of the sea and some nether stars, but he forgot to mob-proof it. What a shame. Guess you don't... No, stop, Uni. Bad, Uni. Don't be mean to the poor old man. Oh, my goodness. Okay. In reality, I'm actually kind of a sore loser, but I mask it with jokes. Honestly, I love the build, and I love the idea. And now we got to go back over to the island here, because we got some chores to do today. We have things that need to be prepared for when the dragon is ready. And of course, the dragon hall isn't fully 100% complete. So we're going to head back down to the build and start working on a few more details before that is ready to go. Whoa, Uni, before you go off and try to do some more of your important chores, we got to take care of what we did from the last episode. And that is, we got to find out how much ore we had gotten from the excavation of the Dragon Hall. So let's go ahead and take all of this down. I believe Bug had made a guess, so we'll see if Bug got a good range of numbers for his answer there. And that is all we had. So let's go ahead and check out what is inside our little handy dandy shulker here. And there we go. I'll go ahead and put the numbers around the inventory screen here so you can see exactly what we got for coal, what we got for raw copper ore, and what we got for the raw iron ore here. And so, Bug, if your guesses were close enough, then congratulations, you are a great guesser. And so now let's go ahead and head back over to the work in progress here on the Dragon Hall. Here we are. This is it. And this is the new addition that we have added in between episodes. Now, these are just giant scrolls hanging from the ceiling. And of course, you know, they are reflected. So once they are filled in with all the maps and the parchment that we have, ooh, pretty, we will be able to see the effect of the reflectiveness of this floor. And of course, we still have to get the dragon heads mirrored onto this side as well. And that's another 12 of these guys we have to build. But the problem with this, though, is that it became even more difficult to fly out of here. So I am going to have to build a way to get up and down onto the floor. All right, now for the scrolls, we have to go over to what I had built secretly off in the corner here. So you can actually see our base is off in this direction, and you can even see my beacons. But right here is my new map art area, and this is where we're going to be making the scrolls. And so what I want to do is I want to make out text, and thankfully I don't actually have to place any blocks to fill up the entire thing, because all I got to do is actually write out these scripts here with just black carpet, and that's it. It's so simple, and thankfully I'll be able to time-lapse this fairly quickly and get things done and ready to go. Copy all the maps for all 6 scrolls because we have 3 above and 3 below in the reflection. So let's go ahead and hop into time-lapsing and get this thing started. Okay, I'm doing my stretches right now. I stretch twice a day, by the way. I don't know if you are an avid stretcher, but I surely am. And this is one way to get a nice stretch in after a good long time lapse there. But let's go ahead and hop out of that and get into what we had done over that time. And that is the completion of our first word on the scrolls. This is a language from thousands of years ago called Vedic Sanskrit, and it is from the India/Pakistan area, so Middle Eastern. I went looking around on Google and stuff and trying to find out the original source of where dragons were ever first mentioned, and so this language was the first one to ever utter the word dragon, and up there, that is the word dragon, not in the Vedic Sanskrit, but just a Sanskrit. I think that one, I don't even know if they even have for Google Translate, but I was able to get this into Sanskrit, and so there it is right behind me, so you can see that. I don't know if that is perfectly accurate, but I know that is the formal noun version of the word. And then, of course, speaking of dragons here, we have all the dragon heads finally up on the walls and down below in the reflection there. And if we go all the way to the end of our hall, you'll see I added in a little ladder here, and I had to be very sneaky with this because in order to make this look like it was actually reflected perfectly, there is a block gap between here and here. So I ended up just putting this up floating a little bit so that there is an exactly 2 block gap between them. So it is perfectly reflected. And now we have a way to get up and down in order to actually see the majesticness of this floor here. I also did have a bit of an issue where I was making these little beards for the dragon and I kept messing up the copper bars. So I went ahead and fixed all that. No worries there. We have everything all done for now. And I am very happy with the result of this word here. But if you notice up here on this one, it's backwards. So the 3 should actually be, well, the 3 looking shape. I don't actually know what that character is called. Should be right there, and it should be upside down like it is there, but it should be over there. So this whole thing needs to be inverted and flipped on a horizontal axis. The only way I was able to flip it so far was just with the maps using the vertical axis. So that's going to be a whole nother thing. I'm going to have to rebuild all those letters and flip them upside down if I wanted this to be perfectly accurate with the reflection. But, I'm too lazy for that. I don't think we're actually going to be doing that anytime soon. So for now, just flipping them on the vertical axis is good enough for me, I think. All right, but enough lollygagging. We got to go check out what BK has done because he has actually started building the dragon finally. Let's go see what we got from him. And I know he's been doing this on live stream. He's been designing it for the past couple, and he finally got the design. Now, I'm not going to round the corner quite yet because I know it's there. I've seen screenshots, but very small images on my phone, so I didn't want to spoil it for myself so I could get a good reaction for all of you here. But let's go ahead and sneak on into the cave and see what has BK made so far. Oh, okay, well, falling down doesn't help me get to the dragon here. Let's see. Whoa! Look at these little nostrils going on. Oh, I see the little The eyes are glowing. He's got the tail going all the way around. Oh, I see. The wings are purple and they're folded up on his back here. He's got little scales on top of the wings. Now that's pretty cool. I know that dragons will have a lot of those talons on their end of their wing and claws, but these are pretty cool. I like the concept there with these little things being like sort of spikes on his back, but they're actually for the wings, I believe. I haven't been able to appreciate the back much because I've just been looking at the front, but I like it. It's pretty dang good. Oh, and the mud blocks I just realized are for the belly. That's pretty awesome there. And then, of course, even all the amethyst. Oh, God, that word. The amethyst blocks. Those are a great touch for the wings here because they add sort of a sparkle and majesticness to him. Overall, though, loving this guy. This guy has a great color palette here, and I love all the gold scales that he wanted to include. Oh, and I didn't even realize till just now, the gold ingot blocks have the same texture as the blackstone blocks. I didn't even think about that before. That's actually pretty nifty. And then I think he's just going to transition them. Oh, and he's even got the gilded blackstone in there too. That's a perfect way to do that. Oh, my God. BK, you are a genius, a subtle genius indeed. And it looks like we're going to be putting in gold pretty soon here. I know next episode we're going to be working on the cave itself. So we're going to have to do a design where we come in from, whoa, where was it again? It was somewhere around here. Oh, yeah, I believe right behind the wings here is where we were able to connect back up to the actual hall here. So we're going to work on this cave. Of course, we're going to have to reflect it on the floor. And then it's going to come out to here. You're going to be behind the dragon. There's going to be a very janky sort of way to get down. It's going to be gold scattered everywhere. We've gathered at least 9 stacks of gold blocks so far. And I've been gathering a bunch of gold ore in order to actually make more of these blocks here. Okay, I've got a little bit more context for the red wool here, and that is supposed to be more gilded blackstone. BK had sent photos in our Discord, and he said all the red wool was a placeholder for those gilded blackstone blocks. So that's actually not a design element. That is just for while he gathers it up and finds more. But this is, I believe, pretty much the dragon here. And I do like the fact that the tail is sunken into the ground here because that will help with the gold piles. We'll be piling all that up right here. So he doesn't even need to actually work on the legs or anything much more. This is perfect. This will work exactly how we want it to. And we'll be able to just cover up all the little parts like right here and just have him sitting on top of all that gold and have it look really nice like he's a royal dragon. That's definitely the theme of this. I like that a lot. Well, for BK's first ever dragon or even animal form, I'd say he knocked it out of the park. I definitely could not do something like this right here behind me. Let me go ahead and show you the draft build I had sent him as a reference. There it is. You can see I didn't even have legs, I don't think. If I did, they just looked like chicken legs and whatnot. But anyways, well, ignoring that, we can go back to admiring BK's dragon here. And then we'll head back over to the hall because I want to go ahead and say that today's episode is done. We are finished with all our projects for now. And we have one more episode where we will be working on it together and trying to finish off not only the hall, but and more importantly, the cave and the cave leading up to the dragon cave. So, without further ado, my name is Uni. I am jogging it out today. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Make sure to leave it a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And I will see you guys next time.